But It's Not My Fault, written by Julia Cook, illustrated by Anita Dufala. My name is Norman David Edwards, but everybody calls me Noodle. Sometimes things happen to me that get me into trouble, but it's not my fault. Things just aren't the way they should be. I feel like everybody's always picking on me. I always get blamed, and it's not my fault. Seems like I'm the only one that ever gets caught. He did it, Noodle did it, teacher, quit it. Yesterday, I didn't get my math homework done, so this morning my teacher made me stay in from recess and do it. Rats. But it wasn't my fault. Last night I had to go to my big brother's basketball game, and it went into overtime, and by the time I finally got home, it was too late to do my homework, so my mom made me go to bed. After recess, we all headed to the library to work on our science reports. Since my teacher wouldn't let me go to recess, I had lots of extra energy. I felt kind of twitchy. On the way down the hall, I jumped up high and tried to touch the light. On the way down, Mary Gold got in my airspace and her head hit my arm. Ouch! Teacher, Noodle hit me. But it's not my fault. You didn't let me go out for recess and my legs just needed to jump. It wasn't my fault, my arm did it, and it was just a little bump. I got sent to the end of the line. Rats. Then, when I got to the library, I couldn't work on my report, and the duck-pilled platypus because the media specialist wouldn't let me check out the books that I needed. Noodle, you can't check out a new book until you bring your overdue book back. But it's not my fault. I looked in my backpack this morning. As soon as I got to school, my mom didn't remind me to put it in, so please, can you bend the rules? Nope. Rats. In PE, Ross Gray tripped me on purpose, and then he laughed at me when I fell down, so I pushed him over. Teacher, Noodle pushed me. But it's not my fault. Ross Gray tripped me on purpose, and that made me really feel bad, and then he laughed when I fell, which made me really mad. Noodle did it. He did it again. My hands were so mad that they pushed him, even though my brain told them not to. Things just aren't the way they should be. I feel like everybody's always picking on me. I always get blamed, and it's not my fault. Seems like I'm the only one that ever gets caught. Just as my teacher was about to say Noodle for the 50,000th time, the bell rang. Whew. Noodle, my teacher said, please stay after for a minute so we can have a talk. Rats. Noodle, today you had a really rough day. But it's not my fault. Noodle, there are no buts in my sentence. Today you had a really rough day, and tomorrow is a brand new day. I can't wait to see what you can do with your tomorrow. Have a safe walk home. When I walked into my house, my mom gave me the unibrow. I could tell just by the way she looked at me that I was in trouble. Rats. Noodle, your teacher emailed me and told me that today at school you had a really rough day. But it's not my fault. I didn't get my homework done because the game went late and you made me go to bed. My teacher wouldn't let me go out to recess and my legs needed to jump. And Mary Gold got in my airspace and her head hit my arm. I couldn't do my report on the duck-billed platypus because the media specialist wouldn't let me check out the book I needed because you forgot to remind me to put my overdue book in my backpack this morning. Things just aren't the way they should be. I feel like everybody's always picking on me. I always get blamed, and it's not my fault. Seems like I'm the only one that ever gets caught. Poor me. Noodle did it. Noodle did it. Stop it, Noodle. Noodle, I'm not talking about whose fault it is, Mom said. I'm talking about whose responsibility it is. Huh? You are responsible for the things you do, for the choices at home and your choices at school. Blaming others is a reason, but it's not an excuse. If you keep playing this game, you surely will lose. You are in charge of letting me know when you have homework. You are in charge of returning your library books. And you are in charge of your legs, your arms, your hands, your voice, and your tongue. Today you made a few mistakes and it caused your day to be rough. But don't blame others for your poor choices because that will make your life tough. Instead, focus on what needs to be done. Whenever you make a mistake, own up and become more responsible for the choices that you make. Noodle, everybody makes mistakes, and mistakes can be a good thing because every time you make one, it gives you a chance to learn something, Mom said. If you blame others for your mistakes, you give away your chances to learn. Don't make an excuse when you do something wrong. Just own it and say, yep, I did that. Now what can I do to improve my situation? Noodle, I love you with all my heart, and I wish I could solve all your problems for you, but I can't. My job is to teach you to become your own problem solver. The next time you make a mistake on the inside, think, yep, that was me. It's going to be hard, but like everyone says, the good stuff in life is not free. If you're brave enough to own your mistakes, imagine how great you'll become. You'll learn a lot and you'll make better choices, and your life will be so much fun. Don't be a blamer. You're better than that. Use your mistakes to help you grow. Get rid of the phrase, but it's not my fault, and show the world how much you know.